Hey guys, tonight we're going to talk about communism. You can see our SOL below, but you also have that SOL outline on page 99 of your notebook. So if you haven't done so already, take a moment, pause the video, and read through that SOL outline. So if you haven't done that, pause your video. If you have, let's go ahead and get started. So socialism and communism. They are slightly different philosophies. For this class, we're kind of going to talk about them together as one, but they are slightly different. So socialism, in contrast to a laissez-faire theory of economics, socialism believes that the government and the wealthy have an obligation to fix what is wrong with the economic system and what's wrong in society to help the poor. So they believe that the government and the wealthy should take action to improve the lives and the conditions of the poor within society. So socialism as an economic theory or system says that the factors of production, those things that you need to produce goods, all of the things that it takes to produce a good or manufacture something in society are owned by the public, everyone. They're not privately owned by individuals, they're owned by everyone in the public, and that they operate for the benefit of everyone. So in socialism, everything is owned jointly by the public, and everything operates in order to promote the public good, not individuals. Individuals are not going to benefit more than others in a socialist society or a socialist economic society. The role of the government and the wealthy, again, is to plan out the economy. So instead of in laissez-faire where the government has a hands-off approach and they let the economy do what it will based on competition and those type of things, in a socialist society, they believe that the government should have an active role in planning out the economy. It should purposefully make decisions for the economy that are going to benefit the greater good of everyone. So very active role. Socialists believe that socialism, this type of government, this type of economy, is going to fix what they think is wrong with the economy that's created by the Industrial Revolution and capitalism. So they think that socialism is the way to end poverty and promote equality among all the social classes, and so that's kind of the backbone of socialist ideology, is that a hands-on approach to the economy by the government will help alleviate all these social wrongs in society that are caused by the economy. So Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels are two men. They come together and they write the Communist Manifesto. They are the gentlemen below. Marx is on your left and Engels is on your right. They come together, they write the Communist Manifesto in 1848. In this book, they are advocating for socialism and even communism, which is a very pure form of socialism. We'll get to that in a second. But the Communist Manifesto, Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels say that there are the bourgeoisie, which is the wealthy class or the business owners, the people who own in a capitalist society, the people who own all the means of production, those individuals who are wealthy and own the means for producing goods, and they're the proletariat. Those are the working class people. In a capitalist society, the bourgeoisie owns all of these means of production. They make the profits from it, and the proletariat, those working class people, are the ones who do all the work, who do the back-breaking labor, and don't see any of the benefits from their work, really. Marx and Engels argued that in a capitalist society, inevitably what will happen, there's conflict between those two classes, between the wealthy and the poor, or the bourgeoisie and the proletariat, and that conflict will inevitably lead to the working class, the proletariat, revolting against the bourgeoisie, or those owners of the means of production, the business owners, factory owners. So those working class people are going to revolt against the owners, against their employers. They're going to overthrow them and take over the economic system, and they're going to take over the factories, and they'll take over the means of production, and they will create an economy and a society that benefits the greater good of everyone. From this, society will even out. There will be no social classes, and the economy will function in a way that benefits everyone. That is what Marx and Engels say is inevitable in a capitalist society. So there will be this revolt of the proletariat because of the conflict created between having a wealthy class and a poor working class. So this is so that the last stage of that revolt that Marx and Engels are talking about is communism. Communism is socialism in its purest form. So in communism, all of the means of productions, everything, all the means of productions are owned by the people. Everyone has a stake in the means of productions. Everyone owns it. Everything is publicly owned. There is no such thing as private property or private ownership in communism. And it's also the really big tenet of communism is the redistribution of wealth. So in communism, there will be no wealthy class and a poor class, and there won't even be a middle class. Everyone would be the wealth of society would be evenly distributed among everyone in society. Everyone would be equal with each other, no social classes, because wealth would be distributed based on need. So everyone would have what they needed and nothing more, so that no one person could be elevated above another. And that is basically the basic tenets of communism and socialism. So socialism is an economic theory where the government should be involved in planning the economy so that it alleviates social wrongs created by economic opportunity. So in a socialist society, the government will make plans for the economy, plan out the economy so that it alleviates those wrongs for the poor, and there's more economic opportunity for everyone. There's no poverty, and there's more equality in a society. In communism, which Marx and Engels advocate for, it's the purest form of socialism where everything is publicly owned. There is no private property, no private ownership of anything, and wealth is distributed evenly amongst everyone in society based on their needs. So that is communism in its most basic form, and that concludes our videos on this half of Unit 9. Next week you will pick up with videos from Coach Michael. So thanks, guys.